Let's not beat around the bush. This is a game that Liverpool, at home, should have won. Instead, Manchester United barely passed its first major test of the Premier League season. More JPW's match recap player ratings. Let's dig into the why. Revolution number 9. Number 9. There are two positions that ail Liverpool, and they are the main reason the Reds will not challenge for a Premier League title this season despite their bevy of electric and dizzying attackers. The first is a bit harder to digest if you take a myopic view of Saturday's contest, because Romelu Lukaku was one of Manchester United's more disappointing performers. But if you plugged Lukaku or the starting front man from any of the other main competitors into Liverpool's lineup, the Reds win 20 or 30 Saturday. Lacazette, Morata, Kane, Lukaku, they are all burying a biscuit or two on Saturday, to borrow a hockey term. And perhaps this is the main reason Liverpool's Merseyside rival will also struggle to meet its goals. We can talk 352, or 451, or 343, but that Alan Shearer or Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang type remains as important as ever in football. De Gea, the King Simon Mignolet, is a fine keeper, and gets far more grief than he should due to his position as the backstop on an important world club in Liverpool. But just like striker, this is one position where Liverpool lags beyond its competition. Lloris, De Gea, Ederson, Cech, Courtois. Is there any doubt where Mignolet or Lloris Karius ranks? Let's not make this just about Liverpool, though De Gea was fantastic again on Saturday, assuring any voter who plugged him into the Ballon d'Or top 25 that the right decision has been made regarding this year's top keepers. His leg save on Joel Matip in the first half was marvelous, but, warning another hockey reference, De Gea reminds me of former USA and Buffalo Sabres backstop Ryan Miller in his prime, in that he is always in position to make extraordinary saves look routine. How often is a well-hit shot right into his safe arms, looking far less dangerous than it should often? Disappointing. Man Utd does Mourinho's bidding. United is off to its joint best points haul to start a Premier League season, and it could very well have had its best ever had one moment went its way. Lukaku moved into the 18 during the first half and saw Mignolet make an excellent save on his hard shot toward the center of the goal. While that point admittedly flies in the face of the above two things, the fact is Lukaku finishing that chance makes this result an essential pair to any number of Mourinho's 10 defensive masterclasses at Chelsea. Let's face it, with respect to Phil Jones and co., Mourinho is again producing clean sheet after clean sheet without impenetrable components. Eric Bailly has the chance to move into an elite class, but right now this is just vintage Mourinho. Given the entertainment value, we have to add a like it or not. Follow at Nicolas Mendola. Rome P. Juventus stranglehold on the Serie A title for 6 straight seasons looks at risk of being broken. The Bianconeri were beaten by Lazio for the second time this season on Saturday, falling 21 at home after conceding 2 goals to Ciro Immobile, just like in the Italian Super Cup in August. It's the second straight match that Juventus has dropped points after drawing with Atalanta 22 before the international break. We need to work on our lapses in concentration, Juventus coach Massimiliano Allegri said. We fought, but only in segments. At other times we were too loose. League leader Napoli won at Roma 10 with a first-half goal from Lorenzo Insigne to open up a 5-point advantage over Inter Milan, Juventus and Lazio. Inter faces AC Milan in the Milan Derby on Sunday. The lads should enjoy this achievement, said Lazio coach Simone Inzaghi, who is being mentioned as an eventual replacement if Allegri leaves Juventus. At the start of the season they said we would finish 9th or 10th. Now people should be talking about us. Juventus led 10 at halftime courtesy of a rebound goal from Douglas Costa, but experienced defenders Giorgio Chiellini and Andrea Barzagli couldn't contain Immobile after the break. Substitute Paulo Dybala came close to rescuing Juventus but was denied first by the post in stoppage time, then had a penalty blocked by Lazio goalkeeper Thomas Strakosha at the final whistle. Immobile had no such trouble. 2 minutes into the second half, Luis Alberto set up Immobile to finish a counterattack with a confident, low-angled shot. 5 minutes later, Immobile was at it again in a virtual replay, only this time goalkeeper Gianluigi Buffon charged forward and tripped the striker to set up a penalty. Immobile drilled his spot kick to the right corner as Buffon went the other way. This gives us more motivation, Immobile said. Lazio has been doing great things since the Super Cup. Immobile leads the Serie A scoring chart with 11 in 8 matches and also has the best tally in Europe's top 5 leagues with 15 in all competitions for Lazio. Immobile also scored in Italy's 10 win over Israel last month, and national coach Gian Piero Ventura will be hoping he stays in form for a World Cup qualifying playoff next month. Juventus, meanwhile, will have to take a long look at its own save-hunted defense after relinquishing a lead for the second straight game. The Turin club had been undefeated for 57 home matches in all competitions. An involuntary assist from Roma midfielder Daniele De Rossi set up Napoli's goal. Midway through the first half, De Rossi accidentally set up Insigne with only the goalkeeper to beat, and the diminutive Italy forward took advantage to score his 100th career goal. Kostas Manolis, Roma's top defender, exited with an apparent injury early in the second half, and Napoli goalkeeper preserved the clean sheet by blocking a header from Federico Fazio. It was the first league match this season in which Napoli didn't score at least 3 goals. Still, the Partenopei remain on course for their first title since 1990, when Diego Maradona played. Napoli visits Manchester in the Champions League on Tuesday, while Roma visits Chelsea a day later and Juventus hosts Sporting Lisbon. Orlando, Florida. AP Lindsey Horan scored in the 50th minute, and the Portland Thorns beat the North Carolina Courage 10 on Saturday for the National Women's Soccer League Championship. It is Portland's second title. The Thorns also won the NWSL's inaugural championship in 2013. The Courage, who finished the regular season atop the league standings, lost both Taylor Smith and Kristen Hamilton to injury in the first half of the physical match in front of 8,124 fans at Orlando City Stadium. "Maybe the most beautiful ugly game I've ever been a part of," Thorns coach Mark Parsons said. "No team has ever won the Supporters' Shield and the championship in the same season." The Courage also were trying for back-to-back titles. The Thorns were knocked by the New York Flash last season in a semi-final match at Providence Park. The Flash went on to beat the Washington Spirit for the league title before moving to North Carolina and becoming the Courage. The Thorns' journey this year included a team-bonding trip to Astoria to start the season and a league-high 10 wins at home for a 14-55 finish before a 41 semi-final victory over the Orlando Pride. In its semi-final, North Carolina defeated the Chicago Red Stars 10 on Denise O'Sullivan's goal in the 90th minute. The Courage finished 16-71 to claim the Supporters' Shield. The team won its first 4 games this season and stayed atop the table for almost the rest of the way, led by Lynn Williams, last season's league MVP, with 9 goals and 5 assists. Christine Sinclair, who plays for the Canadian national team, was Portland's top scorer this year with 8 goals. Megan Klingenberg had 6 assists. Portland beat the Flash 20 to win the championship in the league's first season in 2013. This season, the two teams split their 2 regular season meetings. The NWSL is wrapping up its 5th season. No other professional women's soccer league in the United States has lasted as long. The league was boosted by a television deal that put games on Lifetime throughout the season, including the championship. Robbie Mustoe and Robbie Earle talk about Arsenal failing to beat Watford 0-0-5-0, the goalless draw between Liverpool and Manchester United 1-0-4-5, Crystal Palace surprising everyone by beating Chelsea 1930, and Manchester City dominant again 2,900. Join Earle Mustoe on the Two Robbies Football Show, Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen on the NBC Sports Radio app and call 855-323-4622 in the U.S. for lively, passionate debate. All of the Two Robbies content can be accessed by clicking on this link. Click here for the Two Robbies archive. Follow them on Twitter at the Two Robbies Madrid. AP Barcelona lost its perfect Spanish league record and salvaged a 11 draw at Atletico Madrid with a late equalizer by Luis Suarez on Saturday. Suarez scored with a header from close range in the 82nd minute to leave Barcelona 5 points ahead of Real Madrid, which defeated Getafe 21 with a late winner by Cristiano Ronaldo. Atletico contained Lionel Messi and was in control of the game until Suarez found the net after being ineffective for most of the match. Saul Niguez gave the hosts the lead at their Wanda Metropolitano Stadium with a well-placed shot from outside the area in the first half. The draw left Atletico in 3rd place, 6 points behind Barcelona, which won its first 7 league matches. Sevilla dropped to 4th place, also 6 points off the lead, after losing at Athletic Bilbao 10. Atletico was looking to win the first high-profile game of the league and establish itself as a contender beside Barcelona and Madrid. Barcelona, which had outscored opponents 232, controlled possession, but it was Atletico which was able to create the most significant opportunities. Antoine Griezmann had 2 clear chances denied by Barcelona goalkeeper Marc-André ter Stegen early. Atletico did a good job stopping Messi, after his starring role to put Argentina in the World Cup. He has 14 goals in 11 matches with Barcelona but was shut out at the Metropolitano. A second-half free kick at the post. Suarez, who was also coming off a long trip with Uruguay, struggled until jumping between Atletico defenders to head in a cross by substitute Sergi Roberto. 2 weeks after playing behind closed doors to protest the Spanish government's moves to halt Catalonia's independence referendum, Barcelona was met with Spanish flags, and outspoken defender Gerard Piqué was loudly jeered by the local fans. Ronaldo had been mostly subdued for Madrid until scoring the 85th-minute winner at Alfonso Pérez Coliseum in southern Madrid. After a perfect long pass by Isco, Ronaldo let the ball bounce and fired in for his first league goal of the season. "We know that when we need Cristiano, he is always there for us," Madrid left-back Marcelo said. Karim Benzema opened the scoring for Madrid with a great run into the area, getting past a defender with a quick touch before sending a low shot into the far corner. It was also his first league goal. The French striker was returning from injury. Striker Jorge Molina equalized for the hosts early in the second half. Replays showed Molina was offside. Getafe, which had a few chances to equalize in the final minutes, also conceded late goals in home losses to Sevilla and Barcelona. It dropped to 14th in the 20-team standings. "We can't allow this to keep happening," Molina said of the late goals. "Maybe we shouldn't have stayed only on defense, maybe we could have pressed a little bit more." Madrid got the win even though coach Zinedine Zidane couldn't count on several regulars following the international break.